Welcome all. I'm thoroughly excited for our session today because all of us know technology has had an impact on all our lives, both personally and professionally. Who better than to talk about the impact of technology in the logistics industry than a person who spent over 20 plus years in consulting, implementing, and leading technology based solutions for the logistics industry? Our guest for today is Mr. Dominic, based out of Dallas, Texas, leading the transportation and logistics consulting for HCL Technologies. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for hosting me and thanks for the opportunity.
Yes. Sir, please tell us about your interesting journey all the way from Coimbatore to Texas.
Yeah, long story short, and I have a backstory. So I did my schooling in Coimbatore. I'm based out of Coimbatore, born and brought up there. And my family was into a joint family, and they were into business. And my dad was actually did some basic schooling and later started his own business in terms of manufacturing mosaic tiles and also some of the mattress firms. So interestingly, he manufactured his own machines. So he did not, based on whatever books he read and what is happening around the technology, the industry, he took some diagrams and then developed that and built his own industry. So you I have many learnings. So for what I am today is based on whatever that extra mile my dad took and taught me. And if you look at my career, I did so basically from Coimbatore. So I was in the business mindset and did my business. My undergraduation is in business management, and also I took the masters in supply chain management. So we were the first batch of the supply chain management subject line from during that time in 2000. We did that. So during my education, I had a chance to go visit the Cochin Port Trust. So I was the chairman. I organized this tour, and we all went, and that's where all transformation happened. I got to love into the industry, seeing all the containers, the vessels, and the operations, how it happens. And that landed me into a AFL cargo. After my graduations, I started as a management trainee there and was into sales and operations, and later joined DHL Global Forwarding, taking care of their gateway, multi-country gateway consolidation and all in Singapore and Colombo. And I had the opportunity to work with a great team, Praveen, Thomas, Thiru, Jayashree ma'am, Kadir, Shubhu, and also all veterans in the industry. So I had the opportunity to work from them, and it's always a learning. And from there, with all that experience, at that time, IT was fascinating to me during the early 2000s, where you had a IT boom. And I missed the bus because I did not study my engineering. So it was hard to get in. But based on this experience, there was a company, product development company in Hyderabad, who are developing software products for transportation and logistics industry. I joined them as a domain consultant. So explaining about how industry works, and we actually designed air freight forwarding applications for them. Wow. So I was because it had an ocean freight platform, but we did the air freight operations. And later I joined into another product company, which was developing intelligent freight transportation systems. So in late 2000, it was new, right?
Yes.
We started the innovations in IoT way back in 2007 when we built the intelligent freight transportation system, where we used to track the containers from Bangalore to Mumbai. So that was the initial pilot project which we did, because that there was a problem from one of our customer. It's called Pearl Container Terminals, and most of the garment containers were stuffed in Bangalore, the container terminal, and it was taken by road to JNPT, the Mumbai port. And the duration was 48 hours. So always there's a weekly sailing of vessels. So many times the garment cargoes were coming at last minute or delayed and skipping the vessel, and there was lots of problems where they were not able to track the container. So we had to import a device, a GPS device from UK, and then we built a technology around it. Worked with the service provider at that time. It was Airtel, so we got the SIM cards from them. We placed it in their device, and I personally went and plugged into the truck trailers,
Wow.
and then instructed the drivers not to turn it off. This is just a device to check if how to track how it is going, and we also calculated the ETA, what time based on the latitude and longitude, so how what time it will arrive. So now we have technology which is happening, has transformed the world. But the real story was in 2007 we started these IoT concepts.
My goodness.
Later I landed into HCL, and I was a pioneer in setting up the Logistics Center of Excellence, where we did process consulting for many of the global logistics companies. And then I moved on to US, and it's been 5 years. I'm heading the transportation and logistics digital consulting.
Lovely, sir. I can only say what an inspiring journey. You've had that first-hand experience in putting things in place as far as technology is concerned. So my next question is, we all know logistics has been a very traditional industry for a very long time and having a slow influence of technology as compared to the others. So would you like to share some insights about the technology transformations that the industry has undergone in the last years?
Yeah, so if you look at the evolution of transportation and logistics, it's mostly after the World War II and the containerization concept came into. And earlier it was only paper based. So all your documentation, everything was manual. There are a lot of time consuming tasks where I've did my system coding for getting the bill of lading, the shipping bill and all. So after that, it was the industry revolution, which started evolving in the 90s, but in 2000s, it started booming up. So at that time, many of the companies realized that there is a need for the transformation, right? So that is where your application started coming in. And I could see when I joined the AFL Cargo, they were implementing a system called FOS, the front office system, to take care of the bookings, your creation of bill of lading, and also for the accounts. It's a client based system where we need to use a dial-up modem to connect, and then creating. It was actually at that time it was fun, right? The initial areas, and then later, as you said, we had the information in the system, and it is actually the visibility. Visibility solutions started coming in where visibility was important for the entire end-to-end operations, right? The customer priorities also changed, and their expectation on how the cargo will come. So accordingly, the planning has to happen. So visibility came in. So lots of technology came in, and solutions also came in. And then you have the data. And we got more data from all these intelligent devices, right? So where the storage became a problem, and then the cloud-based technology came in, and also this we adapted. The companies also adapted gradually into that particular segment, and now it is all advanced AI ML, because we have the data, sufficient data, and we can study a lot of things and disrupt the industry and take it to the next level. So it
Sure.
was actually slow, but now
Mm.
if you look at supply chain industry as a whole, they are the pioneers in adapting to the new technologies faster than any other industry.
Wow, wow. So surely our future looks absolutely bright there.
Definitely.
Sir, so today technology is the need of the hour. But when you talk about logistics as an industry, multiple parties are involved in successfully completing a task, right? And so the data has to flow seamlessly between all these parties, which also comes with certain level of risk, such as data theft or phishing or malware attack, and also not to forget the cost that is involved in implementing the software solutions. So my question to you is, in your opinion, do you think these are some of the reasons why organizations are hesitant to adapt to technology despite understanding the benefits completely?
Yes, traditionally it was yes, it was actually the mindset what the people had, because everything they want stored in the system and it is somewhere, right? They thought like how secure these systems are.
Right.
That's one. So I'll
Yes.
talk about the cost factor second. So one is we'll talk about the security aspect. So now, so I agree, there are lots of security breaches which are happening in today's world. But we cannot avoid those because there's a good thing in place, right? So
Yeah.
many of the companies, especially the IT companies, are investing a lot in cybersecurities where they are protecting the data. They're moving all the data into the cloud secure platform where there is no breach and theft of data. That's one thing. And then you have the solutions, right? The blockchain is one of the solutions where you have a
Yes.
secured network of data flow, where you have the visibility, increase the trust and movement of intelligent cargo in the blockchain, right? So you have sufficient in technology to break that mindset. And I've
Sure.
seen people who have crossed that and asking for new things, what is new, adapting to that change. So cost, talking about the cost, yes, definitely. The implementation cost of some of the products was high. Still, it is high. But there are SaaS-based solutions also in this segment where they are offering is as software as a services, right? Pay as you use kind of thing, like how much
Oh,
transactions or how much based on how much transaction I do accordingly I pay. So it helps
okay.
both the mid-size and the low tier companies also to adapt to the new technology.
Wow, interesting to know, sir, the kind of developments that are happening to make the customers comfortable. Right.
Definitely.
Sir, can you please tell us what are some of the recent technologies that logistics companies are adapting to offer better services to the customers?
Yeah, so I said like you have the information, you have the data. So the more data was there. So now it is actually the visibility. So what happened was most of the companies I've seen based on this technology, they wanted to have a control tower. They call it
Oh,
as
yes.
logistics control tower.
Right.
So it helps because in supply chain industry, managing what you don't see, right? You need to manage what you don't see and plan for what you don't know, right? And prioritize resolutions options and execute and align to the business. So it's uncertainty. Uncertainty is there. So you will have seen how the industry revolved during the pandemic and
Yeah.
post-pandemic, how the congestion happened in the industry, right? So if you have a better visibility and the AI ML tools, you can definitely control this and master it. So always I've seen many of the companies getting into the AI ML kind of thing for most of the innovations and to have a better visibility and control over their inventory and to manage the elasticity of logistics.
Yes, sure, sir. Sir, speaking about AI and IoT, which you have mentioned a couple of times even now, Can you please tell us the impact of these new technologies on logistics?
So I'll take one example. So as you know, AI, it's all the AI and data science world. Many would know like how the industry is adapting. I'll talk about a scenario where one of our pioneer in logistics industry, especially in the US, have a very good ground operations, and they have sortation hubs in different parts of US,
Right.
and they wanted to optimize the throughput of the sortation hubs, right? They are not able to handle their volume. So what we did was they had the data. Like the main
Right.
problem was two things. Based on the data, we were able to analyze that the doctor assignation of the trailers coming in was not properly assigned,
Okay.
and the crew was not available at the right spot to unload the cargo.
Okay.
So
Yes.
this delayed the entire operations of the hub, where it reduced the throughput. So bringing in this, so before the truck arrives, the data is available so that we know what is coming into that hub, what type of cargo. Based on the data we know, and automatically a dock door is assigned, and then the crew is also assigned, so that they were able to, because if you look at their throughput, they were able to manage the throughput, increase the throughput by 5 to 10%. It saved them millions of dollars, and also they were able to provide 7/24 support to their customers in times of the sortation.
Oh, lovely.
So this is one area where it's an example, but you have a lot other areas where, especially in the route optimization, you have the AI techniques, and then augmented reality is there, basically for cross-docking, the process picking and packing, and all those in the technologies are really wonderful. And you have also the 3D printing. So that is technologies also where you have the manufacturing at one place, thereby it will transform the entire perception of how the logistics and the raw material procurement is happening in different places.
Sure. Sir, I would love to know from you, what are your thoughts about the impact of technology on the future of Indian logistics market, and how do you see the industry adapting to the change?
Yeah, if you look at the Indian market, I've been watching the Indian industry. So I could see a lot of transformation which has happened. Earlier, if you look at these logistics service provider, there were big players, and there were mid-sized players who are struggling in the market. But now I could see the mid-sized players are also adapting to the new technology, what is available, and tapping the potential of the market. So if you look at the Indian market, I have got some statistics about it. If you look at the freight forwarding segment, there are lots of transformation which has happened. Like many of the companies were setting an example for the world. We are taking to the customer an example of how the commerce platform in the freight industry is evolving in that part of the world. You have the Uber kind of similar platform companies where they have the freight system visibility. The same way in India, I could see the freight forwarding industry using those concepts are evolving. So that's one area. And the domestic logistic industry is still highly fragmented, I could say, because you have huge potential in the Indian market. The market size is around $215 billion. But that is only managed 10 to 15% of that entire $1 billion. That 250 billion is managed by the organized sector, means the freight organized sector, where they are doing the road transportation. But the balance, the 85% is with small players. They are not adapting to technology. they are traditionally operating. But I could see the new innovations which is happening, the cost-effective solutions which are coming into the market will be a real target to those industries where they also will get into the technology aspect of it and tap the potential of what is available there. And also the online market nowadays, it's really picking up, and every day I could see there are a lot of innovations happening. New mobile apps are being launched in India, which with tailor-made solution for a particular region. But as a whole, I think India is way far in setting the examples to the rest of the world.
Wow, thank you for such valuable insights, sir. And now my last question, but a very important question is, sir, youngsters today do not have much idea about career in software companies in logistics as a domain. So I would like you to share your thoughts about the opportunities that are available in software sector for guys who are looking at a career, establishing a career in logistics, but with a software company.
Definitely. So right now, BSLS is providing specialized programs for their logistics and supply chain, right? So earlier, though I did my master's in supply chain management, I was not able to know certain terms which are used in the real-time industry. So you have filled that gap, right? So learning from the institutes, what they provide, logistics and transportation as a main career. What they need to do is get into more in-depth knowledge about how the process, each of the process happening, how the air operations is happening, how technology, though they are not into, they doesn't know about what is technology related to coding and all, but they need to have some idea related to how the technology is helping these industries in processing, like air operations, how the things are happening, what is the level of level 1 to level 5, drill down to the operation, understand each and every area of how things are happening. That's the first thing. And then they need to get into the business analysis as a business analyst, because there are supply chain, there are nowadays all the companies, they have a separate vertical for supply chain management or transportation and logistics. So they are supporting most of the companies, and they are looking for business analysts who understand the domain, able to talk the same language to the customer and understand their systems, and come up with articulating what is the problem and helping the developers to develop the solutions, do a testing of it, and then take it to the customer and all. So you can enter as a business analyst, but evolve as a product owner and manage that particular customer. You can become an account manager easily because you know technology and also the domain of operations. So learning is very important. You have to have a right attitude for learning and adapt to the changes, right? Today you might be in air operations, learning some air related operations or anything, but later you might end up doing some other activity into road transportation. So you need to cross train about your industry and also know about the allied industries, like how the retail industry happening, the overall supply chain. So then there are a lot of opportunities in that segment. So entry point will be a business analyst, or as a functional tester, they can join the career.
That is great to know, sir. Sir, on behalf of Business School of Logistics and Shipping, I would like to thank you for taking time out and joining us all the way from Dallas and sharing your very, very valuable insights about technology and how it is having an impact on the industry. I'm sure a lot of your inputs are an eye-opener to us as well, and it will be a great help to our viewers too. So thank you once again, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity, and wishing BSLS a happy journey and definitely there's a growth for you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.